Hello, and welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today, as always. And it's dark outside, so I can't tell you what the weather's like here in St. Louis, Missouri today. But I can tell you how your day's going to be. If you decide to have a good one, it'll be good. If you decide to have a bad one, guess what? It'll be bad. The choice is yours. You set the tone of the day by how you think when you get up in the morning, and even more so, how you thought last night before you went to sleep. The reactions of the day are just that, reactions, by how you've been programming your mind with your thinking your whole life. I know that's hard to believe, but if you think about what you're thinking about, you will find that that is true. Now, the exact things don't happen exactly the way you think about them. But if you're thinking about doom, gloom, negativity, let's say you're reading the newspaper or you get up to CNN every morning, which is nothing but doom, gloom, and negativity, guess what you're setting yourself up for during the day? Yes, the same stuff. Do you want that in your life? No. Then quit listening to it. Half of it isn't true anyway. How do you know what to believe? Even with the current, the current health situation, how do you know that all of those people had this, to be YouTube compliant? How would you know that all these people were affected by it? We're just going by what someone is telling us. Someone else that has an agenda. We all have our own agenda, and somebody and some people have a different agenda in this situation. We could say that it's to make a little money. Let me see, how much have some companies made off of this so far? People have made millions of dollars. And there's one company specifically that has made $27 billion, something like that. The people that claim they have a solution for this current problem, okay? Money has always been a great motivator. Money is equated with power too in the world, and power has been a great motivator for some people and corporations. Something to think about. I could be wrong, and I have been wrong many times in my life, but something to consider when you're feeling afraid and believing everything you see in the negative reports. Okay, we're going to finish up my book today, The Power is Within, and I'm glad you've been joining me for this, and you can pick up your copy on Amazon for a mere, I don't know what it is, $9.99, I think, something like that. I find it better sometimes to read a book. There are some books I've listened to probably over 100 times, but I still like to read them. I find something new in them every time. So, hit that like button and subscribe. And without further ado, here we go. We're close to the end. Whatever you've learned reading this, when you feel like you've got a handle on it, offer it to someone else that needs it. Pass on what you have. Just think where we would be in life if people didn't pass on what they've learned before they pass on. We would be starting all over again every day, but we're not. Fortunately, people who are older and have gained some wisdom in their life pass it on to others, who in turn pass it on and then pass it on. I hope I've shared this in a way that helps you find improvement in your life and gives you hope that you can have the desires of your heart, because you can, if you believe you can. I hope I've helped you find fulfillment, and the kind that only comes from being of service to your brothers and sisters here on this round green ball we call Earth. We are all doing the best we can here. I know it's hard to believe sometimes. Unfolding into the perfect rose at the perfect pace and the perfect time. You are a searcher, or you would not have picked up this book. As the Master said, seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. For everyone who asks receives, and he who knocks, the door shall be opened. I hope you walk through it. God bless you, and good thoughts. Thank you, Mark Daniels. And that is the end of The Power is Within. I hope you've enjoyed it. I enjoyed reading it to you. I never actually read it. Just like my other book, Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels. I've never read that either. There's a lot of valuable life lessons in that book, and I may start on that in a couple days. And in between, of course, I'll have little tidbits and messages of hope and things that I'm currently going through that I can share with you to help you through your life and help you to achieve your goals, which is why I'm doing this. Part of the reason I like to do it. I like to help other people because as I help you, it helps me. It's the intention that you have. If you go out with the intention to help someone, let's say you're going to help some people who are less economically sufficient as you are, and you try to help them, but they just can't seem to pull themselves out of the pit. Well, that's not your responsibility. Your responsibility was to try to help them. And if you had the intent of helping them, then that comes back to you tenfold, regardless of whether you did or not. The results are not as important as your intention. I speak to many people a lot. I try to help a lot of people, okay? And that all comes back to me. It's my effort that actually the universe rewards, not the results. And unlike we live here in the world, when we're working for someone, I get paid for results, not for effort. And people don't judge me by my intentions, they judge me by my actions and what comes from my actions. But that's not the way the universe works. It's your intent that makes the difference. What are your intentions? And just the opposite, if you do something that appears to be good on the outside, but you have a bad intent, that is rewarded too, or punished if you like. But not by someone out there, but by your very own self, your very own higher self. I don't believe there's a God out there that punishes and rewards. I do believe that there's a God within you, and it's within everything that punishes and rewards, if you want to look at it that way. But really it's not punishing and rewarding, it's just action and reaction. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. For every up, there's a down, in, out, and so forth. You have to remember that when you do something. So your intentions are what are very important when it comes to universal laws and principles. Now in the world, as I said, your intentions don't matter too much. To other people, it's the results they see. And then they may think about your intentions. But I'm going to wrap it up here today. Thank you again for joining me for the reading of this book. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.